we always kind of felt like we could just kind of, pick and choose our schedule. Put out a record and then we'd go play some shows, and if interesting things came up, we would just sort of pursue them. So we started to make this movie. We'd made a bunch of music videos in the 1990s, maybe even like 20 music videos. There were quite a few of them. And we'd always get together and I would say, we should make a movie. I think all the guys were interested as well, but me being, the one that felt like I would sort of come up with the idea and direct it or whatever. I directed a lot of these music videos anyway. It didn't seem out of the realm of possibility. We started making it in 2001. Optimistically thinking it'd probably take 2 or 3 years. And we would work on it sort of sporadically. We weren't working on it, like a porn movie is made. You get them in there and you get it done. I say that like you would know.
God damn it! You just can't keep coming in here and I have my fucking shirt off.
Well, sir.
What do you want?
As you know, the OM612 was severely damaged.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Well, sir, I think it's worse than we first thought.
Well, it was pretty fucking bad to begin with, soldier.
Sir, what I have here is the effort capacitor. As a result, this is what was severely damaged. Damaged beyond repair.
We made this record, Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots. And then our lives sort of changed. We sort of became a bigger kind of rock group, playing the world 2 and 3 times over, just doing a lot of different, more intense things. So Christmas on Mars, even though we started in 2001, would sort of always be put on the back burner of this bigger momentum of the machine moving down the road kind of thing. There'd be times when, sometimes 6 months would go by before we could get back to it. Sometimes a year would go by before we could get back to it. But our way, I think that we were working, me and the Flaming Lips, since we were the producers and the directors and the writers and the actors, and we were going to make all the sound effects and all the music and do all the editing, there really was no one to sort of put the whip to us and say, if you don't get this done now. It was just sort of whenever we could. So yes, it took 7 years, but in our defense, it wasn't that type of schedule where, if you had been making a porn movie for 7 years, that movie I'd like to see.
There are vaginas in this, however.
There are, but the vaginalistic looking things in my movie, I believe, are centered around the idea of birth. But in the minds of the people in the film, they're having some anxiety about it. And in the symbolism that I'm free to put into my movie, it's my movie, I'm sort of doing whatever I like. I want it to be sort of like this sort of hopeful, psychedelic thing. I don't want it to just be a story. I like that it can drift into some abstract, strangeness or pranksters or whatever.
You never know. It is Christmas Eve.
Fucking Jesus, and it's Christmas Eve. Fuck Santa! That's a fucking symbol. A symbol of hope, of generosity. Yeah, fucking Santa, he'll save us.
And I'm sometimes surprised that the world doesn't think of Christmas as being this wonderful moment that humans have created for ourselves.
That suit that you're wearing, what you don't know, that suit that you're wearing is clothing of a magical character. And I don't know where you're from, but where we're from, that character represents selflessness, generosity. sympathy for the suffering, all the great human traits that, you know, just forgotten about in the agenda of living just day-to-day living.
You know, I think we should live like it could be Christmas every day. We don't really have to wait for Santa to come and say, let's be kind and let's care about each other and let's care about the world and let's try to make the world a happier place. There's a lot of suffering out there that we could help alleviate. And when you think about it, it is a very simple thing to do. You can always be kind. You can it's a simple way of living. Obviously, don't be kind to people who don't deserve it. That's why we want to know what kindness is. We don't just want to give it to some evil person who's going to take advantage of us. Let's not just give our love to anybody, but we hardly ever give it, and we find it awkward to be kind. Maybe things could change, you know.
Well, you know that Ed is deceased.
Yeah, Ed's dead.
Ed is dead, yes. And well, he was going to be my Santa.
You need me to give you a Santa.
Yes.
Really? You need a fucking Santa? I'll give you a fucking Santa. Take this green piece of shit and he can be your Santa. Yeah, take this green piece of shit, he can be your Santa, and that get rid of both of you. That takes care of my problems.